So we have got our first Flash Evos. We've got 3 days to get these done, and I'm going to go through all of them rather than doing specific videos for each one. Now obviously we have got different upgrades for each one. We've got Pitch Vision, we've got Precision Shooter, and also Speed Burst. The one thing I'm hoping, yeah, that's nice. So free matches. If you need coins in FC25, Lootbar.gg has you covered. They are the cheapest trading platform on the game. From the 28th of November to the 2nd of December, if you buy coins and use the code JT11 at checkout, there is a chance that you could get a 10% coupon during this time to use on your next order. With the fastest delivery system going, used by many FC25 creators such as Zorky, Manny Plus, and even pro owners. So if you need any coins, head over to lootbar.gg, make sure JT11's in the promo code, and hopefully you enjoy. Free matches, beautiful. So that's already fantastic. It's not that many matches, which is perfect. Now, obviously with a lot of these, they're not getting the biggest upgrade in the world because obviously they are not meant for a massive upgrade. They're meant to be quick, precise, little upgrade, get you flashing, done. That's the kind of beauty of them. So I'm hoping Futbin have updated their website very, very soon, which they haven't yet. But we can go through some of the players then. So in terms of the pitch vision, we get a weak foot of 2 up to 4. We get 5 on the passing up to 86 and then 7 on the next one. And we do get incisive plus. Now obviously you can utilize people already with a playstyle plus, which obviously doesn't change anyway. So you are going to be looking for somebody of a cam variety with this, or at least a center mid. In my personal opinion, someone like Olmo, for instance, getting a bit more on that passing is going to be perfect. And if you can find that perfect player that maybe has everything else but the passing, that's going to be the number one there for it. Because obviously the whole point is, for instance, if I was to take Pedri, he's going to go from his 82 passing just to 86. So someone like Rodrigo will go up all that way. In total, we're getting, how many passing we're getting? Let's go back off this. We're getting 5 and 7. So we are looking at 13 in total, meaning that the passing can be as low as 73 is the lowest to get to that maximum. So for instance, if we was looking at, to be fair, I was going to say Jesus Navas, but he's actually got pretty decent passing. If we was to look at somebody with not necessarily that good passing, it was to go like Bremer, he's got 58, goes all the way up to 70. So you definitely want to be looking at somebody in that sort of kind of realm, a centre mid that has got a little bit of a need for passing. For instance, Rashford, it's going to be a decent upgrade for him. Keeps him at, well, puts him at a 1 rating above at an 86 and gives him a little bit more passing going down that wing. So we will have a look at all of them as well on Futbin once they come in, but we'll have a look at each and individual one first here. This one's going to be all about the shooting. So we actually don't get a playstyle plus, but we do get the playstyle of finesse shot. So obviously this is going to be shooting plus 4 and shooting plus 6. So in total, we're maxing out at what, 86 again, was it? Maxing out at 86. So again, you could be looking, as it's no playstyle plus, at a winger or a striker, or potentially a cam as well, to be fair. I think that most definitely is not going to be the worst shout for this, because it is just a +1 overall, and it's only shooting. So really, a striker of a topper nature should really have it. So like Sesko, for instance, is already got 85, so there's not really any point. Whereas Rodrigo, to be fair, it does go up there. I am very interested to see if Rashford's in this. He already has 88. I was thinking that. But if you wanted someone like Danjuma, obviously it's not going to be a bad shout doing that, depending on if you've not already put him into the... There was a really good one earlier, actually. It was the Pitch Predator. Was it the Pitch Predator? Yeah, I think that's... Is that a power shot? Yeah, the power shot plus. So obviously you might have put a decent striker in that. Then we obviously have got the speed burst. So this is going to be all around pace, and it doesn't again give you any playstyle plus. It will just give you the playstyle of rapid. So the only one to get a playstyle plus in this one is the pitch vision. Obviously there will be quite a few flash evos by the looks of it, so it will be very interesting to see what else we do get from this. All of them just give the +1. All of them are free games. All of them get you either 10 or 13 passing. So pace, shooting, and also passing. When it comes to the pace, this one could be utilized anywhere, to be fair. I think you could go pretty much up and down the pitch, you'd be happy. Like if you went for a big boy Benz, taking him to 87 pace, it's going to be pretty decent. It doesn't add a playstyle plus, so if you needed him for another Evo, this could be linked really, really well. Obviously, wingers might have the pace already. For instance, if I wanted to go for my Suarez to finally get him a little bit more pace up there, that might not be a bad shout. Obviously, Rashford would already have it, and you can obviously go with someone like a Keane, but again, you are just getting the play style of Rapid there if he doesn't already have it. So there's going to be lots and lots of different kind of cards that you can go with that will be very interesting to see where you could link them personally. And there we go, foot.gg seems to be the first one to actually get something on this. I don't know whether they've got the players. It is literally just added right now. We have got eligible players. Okay, so that's not too bad. So let's have a look through a few of them then. So if we go with a speed burst first, like we said, I imagine this to be more centre backs. I think it could be centre mids, CDMs, cams, maybe strikers if you've got someone like a Benzema or a Kane, for instance. I know rating-wise doesn't work for Kane, but you know what I mean. Somebody without the pace, because wingers like Yamal, like Diaby, they're going to have that pace already. You need a maximum of 86 or 87 for the pace. It's really not going to work for wingers as well, really. So I would be kind of looking more towards the defensive you can for this, if that does make it possible. Looking at a few options then, kind of going through the list. In the 86s to obviously get the maximum amount of upgrade for this, I'm seeing almost come up a shout in all of them, to be fair. Rather than apart from the passing, other than maybe giving him that playstyle plus, it's not the worst that you could go with. Pace-wise, we're looking through. Everyone that I'm thinking has already got that pace, really. Madison might not be a bad shout for a later evolution as well. It's got to think of an evolution on an evolution as well. It's not necessarily this is the first and only one, but just taking them to that next level could be quite interesting. And also, if you look at the requirements for all of these, if I go back into the evolutions, you could potentially, if you went for, say, an 84 that doesn't have the max of all of these. For instance, if we're going for the precision shooter, I don't know why the max 82 defending. I'm assuming there's some sort of centre mids that can't go in it. But if you was to go as an 84 into this, you'd then go to an 85. Or, yeah, if you go from an 84 to an 85 in the speed burst, then go from an 85 to an 86 to the precision shooter, and then the max of 86 into the pitch vision. It's just very interesting the way that you could just take a random card and just completely transform it like that. That's absolutely nuts. So there is a lot that you can do with these flash evolutions because they are minimal upgrades as well. So that's always something to consider if you don't want like one of these better players to do them. So I think someone like a Pedri would really benefit from this one as well, actually. He's already got the play style plus. He needs a little bit of pace. Obviously, the defending could do with a bit of work. This would take him, unfortunately, out of the range to go into the precision shooter as well. But it could work all right. Varane, you've got a few icons in here as well, of course. Dembele, no. I think really, if I was looking at the speed burst, I think I'd probably go either just a solid centre-back or a solid striker, because that's where it's going to have the most bonus, maybe even a fullback, to be honest. I think that would be where my bonus would be. In the midfield, I think I'm going to get more bonus of a defender or a striker getting the bonus, rather than necessarily the midfielder, even unless I have got an Evo already in there. If we was to go to the second page, a lot of them already have got that pace, obviously. If you're not going to put a Talvin in to get an extra 2 on that pace, so that wouldn't necessarily be worth it. But if you have got some of these kind of lower rated heroes potentially, might not be a bad shout. Someone like a Schick, like we said with the kind of comparison to Kane, somebody who doesn't have the pace but has the shooting is what you're really looking for here. Solanke would go up a couple of notches, to be fair. That wouldn't be a bad shout for him. Obviously, he's got the shooting already. Then if we go a bit further down, I'm thinking Watkins would only be a 2. Jota, if you've not done the upgrade, wouldn't be a bad shout. Adeyemi gets no upgrade. That's pretty self-explanatory with him, to be honest. Then if we keep going. It seems like most of the good options. I think, to be honest with the pace, I am really thinking my Evolution Suarez wouldn't be a bad shout. Mane would get a bit of an upgrade. Gyökeres doesn't. Alvarez doesn't. Frimpong obviously doesn't as well. Vlahovic, again, not terrible. Could potentially go into the precision shooter, but I mean, it's only for like a +2 or 3. So whether you personally would. Then if we keep going down, I think then you're kind of just looking at random scraps. Like a Camavinga wouldn't be the worst shout in the world, but there's going to be a few. I think this, definitely with the pace, it's going to be based around more your evolutions more so than anything. We then have the precision shooter. Obviously, this one could be the strikers. Again, it's going to be, what, an 86 max shooting. I personally, for me, would go for a winger for this, just because most of the strikers realistically should have the 86 shooting already. So I would be looking at a winger that kind of needs that upgrade, like a Yamal, for instance, taking that pace up already, then adding that bit of shooting up to 86 is never the bad option, to be honest. That will take him obviously over the threshold for pitch vision as well. Otherwise, he might have been able to do that also, because he would be, it would be an 86 at that point, and he'd get a little bit of passing. He'd get, what, +3. Whether you'd want to do both for that is kind of the big question. Then if we move further down, obviously you got Ferran Torres there. You got a bit of Diaz that would get upgraded. It is a shame that they didn't give no playstyle pluses for this, but it kind of is what it is, I suppose. Llorente wouldn't be a bad shout for the pitch vision, to be fair. He would get the incisive. It would mean you'd probably put him more centre mid than kind of right wing or right back, but I think you should be okay with that. Madison obviously would get the upgrade quite nicely. St. Max would do really well with this upgrade, in fact, and I do have him already, so it would take him to... Oh no, that's the pitch vision. I don't want him in that one. I want him in the precision shooter, if I'm thinking more wing here. It would take him up to 86 shooting, obviously, from 73 to 86 if needed. 91, 86, 89 on the dribbling. You just wouldn't be able to do the passing then either. That was a bit of a shame that he does have the technical already. And then having the 87 wouldn't have been a bad move. We do have Lamar as well. If you wanted... Pace would only go by 1. Shooting would go up by 4. Passing would go up by 1. So... not the greatest. I'd probably park him for the moment. I wouldn't necessarily go and upgrade straight away. Di Maria, if you're looking for a pace shooting, maybe not passing upgrade, wouldn't be bad. Navas is a right back. You just don't want to be doing that. Leao. Now that could be a great shout. Taking the upgrade there, that wouldn't be terrible, to be fair to him. Obviously, getting the 86 shooting is going to be a big bonus. Takes him to 87. He has already got another version out, which is very expensive. That could be a great move if you've got him on an evolution basis already, or if you've got him untradeable, that is. That really wouldn't be a bad option at all. If I was going a bit further down... Barcola, I suppose if you've already paid 200k, you might as well evolve him a little bit. You could go with the passing, but I would probably go shooting, because... I mean, you could do both, to be fair. Can you? You can do both, surely. Yeah, so you can do both. Obviously, you'll get the incisive pass plus 86, 86, 86. Does make him slightly more viable. Obviously, again, he does have the 87 already. So it's going to be on that sort of level with that. That's going to be not a bad option in itself. Then we also have the passing, which is always an interesting one. Whenever you add weak foots, playstyle pluses to people, it's most definitely an interesting case to see who's the best option. Now, centre-backs are definitely out of this. I personally would go with Cam, CDM, or centre-mid. I don't really go with wingers with my kind of incisive pass, and definitely not a striker or a centre-back. So it's going to be strictly midfield for this, and obviously you are looking for somebody with hopefully either higher attacking options or higher defensive options, but still need a little bit more of that passing. For instance, Zachariah is going to be a great candidate for this. Already got some incredible defending, physical and pace. Adding a little bit extra onto that passing, a lovely +6. And the incisive really does a number, and he would get a 4-star weak foot. Obviously, if you can get anybody with 2-star at a minimum, they will go up to 4, but he will have a 3-star skill still. So kind of swings and roundabouts with that one. Looking a bit further down then, Kvaratskhelia would obviously get a little bit of an upgrade. Tonali, incisive pass as a centre mid, wouldn't be a bad shout. Not a massive upgrade on the passing. It would just be a +3, but you are gaining that playstyle plus. Unfortunately, he's already got a 4-star weak foot, so it wouldn't be no bonus there. Milinkovic-Savic is always a great option for this. Obviously, he's got 82 passing, so it goes up +4. Incisive, doesn't need the weak foot already, but that would just make this card just that slightly bit better, in my opinion. You've obviously got Madison that pops up in all of them. I think this one probably could be alright for the incisive pass, but he's already got over the passing already, so it's not that big of an upgrade, to be honest. Conte would always be a great shout if you've already got him. Not very expensive. Essien, I mean, you could. It's going to give his passing up a good amount. Doesn't get the incisive because he's already got a playstyle plus, but needs and must, to be honest with you. Matuidi gets a nice upgrade. Ramirez would as well, to be fair, and he'd become a 4-4. If you're looking at a bit more on a higher end budget, that's kind of where I'd be looking at, really. Ramirez getting that upgrade, especially if we've got him from a hero pack, is just that next level. Obviously, Ndombele won't do, Garcia won't do, Thuram, I mean, he's got an upgrade coming, I believe. I don't think they've been fully upgraded as of yet, but regardless, still a nice upgrade if you wanted. So there is a fair few where I'm like, they actually do a solid job in these, and they are flash, so you've got only 3 days to get them done, so make sure that you are doing them because they are going to go very quickly and they are only 3 matches, and I think both of them are Rush Rivals Champs or Squad Battles, so I'm pretty sure if I check on all of them, I'm pretty sure all of them were the same. Rush Rivals Champs or Squad Battles, Rush Rivals Champs or Squad Battles. So you got 3 games of Squad Battles, of Rush, of Rivals, whatever you need, and that is all of them done. So it's a shame we can't do them all at once, but regardless, 3 games is not that crazy if you're putting a player in that is on that semi-decent level. I have just spotted Sissoko as well. I know he's got the long ball pass already. I don't think he would fit into all of what he had done, because he did have a previous one. Let's check the expired paths. We go Sissoko, because he would have gone in to, where's the new foundation? All Evos. So he would have gone into that one and that one. Would he upgrade the current player? So what would that make him? So that would make him an 86, meaning he can go into pitch vision. It'd only be a +1. Yeah, probably not, to be honest. It's not a bad option. Always got to check them, but it's not necessarily the greatest one in the world. So we've got 3 of them so far. Let me know down below who you're going to choose for them. We'll try and kind of keep on top of all the flash stuff. 3 days to get this done. Whether we see the next Evos in 3 more days or if we get some either tomorrow or kind of in the midst of Saturday, I'll let you know. Keep subscribing and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.